really excited to speak with Kelly Cobb, who is the VP of Community and Giving at Bombas, who will help us understand how their mission has sort of evolved alongside the growth of the brand and some of the best practices that they use as they continue to evolve that mission. So Kelly, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. So happy to be here.
So as we kick off the conversation, it would be great if you could provide a little bit of background on Bombas for those in the audience that maybe aren't familiar with the brand, and more specifically, how the social mission comes to life.
Yeah, of course. Definitely one of my most favorite things to talk about. Bombas was founded when we learned that socks are the most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. And so our mission was really built into the foundation of our company from day one. We wanted to be able to solve this need, to be able to donate a pair of socks to folks experiencing homelessness for every pair purchased. And so what that means is that we really evolved into being a comfort apparel brand. And with every item that is sold, we're able to donate an item. And we work very closely with who we call our giving partners. Those are organizations around the United States that focus specifically on the needs of folks experiencing homelessness. So through them, and right now we have over 3,500 of them, which is really incredible, these amazing giving partners. We work very closely with them and also with folks experiencing homelessness to best understand their needs. And through those conversations and through our ongoing relationships, we've been able to develop a product for these specific customers in mind, our customers that receive our donation product. And we put as much thought and research and time into the creation of these products as we do for the ones that we sell on our website. So it's been amazing to see the evolution there. Of course, we started with socks and we've been able to donate over 40 million pairs to date. With the launch of our t-shirts, we've also been excited to develop a donation t-shirt, and with more consumer-facing product on the horizon, we're excited to continue being able to answer to some of the greatest needs that are coming out of the homeless community.
I love the fact that you've sort of talked about, and this has come up in other conversations that I've had today, is that that sort of research-driven focus in terms of both deciding how you wanted to, like, what the mission of the company was going to be from the outset, and then also in what the way you're talking about it is actually going out and engaging not only with the organizations but the folks that you're individually helping as well, to understand how better you can sort of serve them ultimately. And I wonder, like, I think that's something that's really important for companies to understand, is it's not like just slapping a mission on and sort of then moving forward, but like treating this as, like something that's core to what it is that you do as a brand.
Yeah, I mean, that's paramount. I think it's wonderful to see so many brands evolving to incorporate mission. At this point in time, it sort of feels like something of a responsibility. And certainly we're very lucky to have it truly built into our DNA. I mean, it's genuine to our core. It permeates everything that we do. It's everyone at the company has a hand in our mission. It's not just the giving team. We don't exist in a silo, and we're lucky for that. But I think the thing that really keeps us going and our ability to evolve our mission is the fact that it is a focus of every person at Bombas, and the way that we most want to see it evolve, of course, is through the influence of our giving partners, the folks who are doing the very challenging work every day of helping to address the many complexities of homelessness, and our friends in our community across the United States who are experiencing homelessness. It feels super important to have them as some of our biggest stakeholders. Of course, we need to be asking these questions and incorporating that into all of the things that we do to evolve the mission.
What is the process and the sort of decision behind, like, as you expand that network, or how how are you deciding when and who to bring on board in terms of those partners?
That's a really great question. And, when we first started, we had one partner. Our first giving partner they're still our partner, but they're called Hannah Socks. And from them, we really learned how to effectively distribute socks. And since then, it evolved to one in every state, one in every major city. We were doing a lot of outbound outreach to build this network of partners. And then as more and more people started to know about Bombas and giving partners were talking to other organizations, we were getting a lot of applications, inbound applications every day from prospective giving partners. And at 3,500 partners, it's sort of been our upper limit at this moment. We're at a place where we've been able to donate over 40 million pairs of socks to date. Our yearly inventory, unfortunately, isn't quite bottomless at this point, and the need is so great. So we've had to kind of temper need with our ability to provide an excellent customer experience, really thinking of not only our greater community of homeless individuals as our customers, but our giving partners as well, and wanting to make the relationship as straightforward and seamless for them as possible, making the donation something that is easy for them in every way. So right now, capping it at that 3,500 feels like the right way to be able to keep them as part of the Bombas family, ensure that our relationship feels a little bit more than transactional, which we definitely try to do. And as the brand continues to grow, of course, we'll look to see how we can expand upon that. But the partners that we have range greatly. It's, we could probably have 100 partners total that are enormous organizations and sort of like check it off and be like, all right, we did the thing, we donated the socks. But to us, that misses many individuals, and also a makeup of many different types of communities. So we want to be able to answer to the needs of the smaller, really grassroots initiatives that are working in small communities, maybe rural communities, maybe organizations that only see a couple hundred people every year, but that impact, even if it's a couple hundred people, that impact isn't any less for those individuals, versus a partner that might receive a million pairs of socks from us in a year. And that's what our largest partner receives. So a partner will receive anything between 1,000 pairs of socks and 1 million pairs of socks over the course of a year. And we work with them to best understand those needs. So maintaining that diversity and, diversity of clientele, folks that they serve and are supporting feels important as well.
You've talked about community, sort of at large already, and I wonder, how functionally or practically are you engaging with your community, whether that's the organizations themselves or the individuals or your customers, to just how does that look?
It's taken a variety of different shapes. Certainly right now, it's evolved to be a little bit different, but in a lot of ways, in really positive ways. Before the pandemic, we were engaging with our local community in New York City very often. One of the simplest ways that we do that is by having a large bin of our donation socks by the front door of our office, so that as folks come in and out, they can grab a pair. They're going out to pick up lunch or go to a meeting, they can bring the donation socks to be able to give them out to a person that they might meet on their commute or on their walk. And we offer the same to any guests that visit our office. And that's such a simple way of engaging, but one that continues to just really impress upon us the importance of our mission and of that individual encounter, relationship, what can come out of that very simple exchange of recognizing a need in another person. But bigger than that are consistent, organized volunteer events that our team does internally. Generally, we would have between 7 and 9 every month, and we do them on a consistent basis. And that's to help us build a better relationship with the giving partner. They can really rely on us, and also build better relationships with the individuals that we interact with. And those volunteer events are all different things, like throwing a monthly birthday party for kids at a family shelter, to doing street outreach, a whole bunch of different ways that we've been able to interact. And now, since so much is virtual, we have been able to maintain some in-person things in the city. But the virtual nature has allowed us to think a bit bigger in the ways that we can engage. One of the things we're focused on now is building out skills-based volunteering, which is using the inherent skills of our team members and allowing them to put them to great use on behalf of our giving partners so that they can then, maybe it's weighing in on their marketing strategy, or helping them create a more impactful fundraising email, or helping with accounting, or different things, operations. And so that's been really neat, and also allows our fuller team to get involved in a bigger way. We also partner with a school here in the city. And so as they move to virtual learning, our in-classroom activities also moved to virtual. So we were able to create enrichment clubs and still continue to work with the students while offering something fun but educational. And so it's like all of these little silver linings, I think, that, the spark of innovation that just shows the ways that we can continue to expand, and beyond just our team. It's exciting when we can invite in other brands, other teams into our sort of this volunteer world that we've created, and help other people feel that and experience that, and show how it can be built and replicated, in many different situations.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, the whole sort of notion of when, life was a little bit more normal, and just having that simple way of bringing that mission to life by being able to grab a pair of socks just as you're sort of moving in and out of the office, to really kind of like bring that to life on a very individual level. And then, to your point, having the ability to then pivot and take advantage of what could have been seen as a constraint, to expand in some ways what it is, how you're working with partners now, which is incredible. I mean, along those lines of sort of your company culture at Bombas, I wonder if you can share some of the ways that you have found effective in terms of creating the right culture, helping people at sort of all levels of the organization feel as though they have a role to play, or that they're empowered. I think it would be helpful to get some tips from you for the folks in the audience.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we're definitely very lucky in the culture that Bombas has built, and that it's been able to survive living, working virtually and connecting virtually. We've been able to really stay connected through, we have virtual all hands meetings every Thursday, almost at least every other week, sometimes more often. We're incorporating a connection to our mission, whether it's having a speaker come. The nice thing about virtual is having our giving partners from all over now get to really join us in a way that just feels normal now. So it's been cool to extend beyond New York City and have our giving partners come and tell us more about their organization, so we can better understand the makeup of this network that we have, or engaging even in distance giving activities. We worked with an organization that provides suitcases to children who are moving into or out of foster care. And we got to decorate these suitcases and add some great things to them, or Christmas shopping or holiday shopping for children at a family shelter. And so normally that would be a huge thing we would do together in the office, but the ability to do that from afar. And then we did like a virtual cookie decorating night, and everyone sort of talked about their shopping experience and how excited they were to shop for these kids, and like little things like that might be small, but we're looking for ways to engage, so that our individual team members really, like you said, can still feel that connection. And one ongoing program that we've been able to sustain is our hometown giving initiative, where every team member is invited to select an organization in a town, whether it's where they grew up or maybe went to school, that is meaningful to them, and they can pick an organization where we'll direct 1,000 pairs of donation socks. So like they make that direct connection. They get to sort of experience what the giving team gets to experience all the time, to say, hey, we want to send you 1,000 pairs, and your organization is meaningful to me because. And a bunch of our team members actually got to meet with that organization, like whether they were home over the holidays or have maintained sustained relationship, and that's been really cool. So I guess those are just a few ways, but I would say because of the culture, luckily that we built before this time, we have been able to sustain it in creative ways.
Yeah, I mean, I love, as you were talking about the sort of virtual cookie decorating, etc. It's like the way that an awkward office party over Zoom should be done, where there's at least like a task that is happening that brings people together in a sort of positive sense, rather than just kind of like awkwardly staring at a sea of faces in some ways. So,
Totally. And we even had breakout rooms, which I thought was so thoughtful. Melina from my team organized it, and it was so cute to have breakout rooms for a cookie decorating party. But it was that one extra step that, yeah, that like takes it out of that awkward, like talking over one another and just like, let's chat a little bit together in a smaller group. And it was just really nice.
cool. Everyone in the audience take note for, I mean, hopefully we'll be back to in person, but we'll see, I suppose. Um, so, sort of tangentially related to what it is that you're doing, I personally love the sort of 100% happiness guarantee, and the fact that you as an organization are sort of customer obsessed. And I wonder if you can just talk, whether it's in the context of, the work that you're doing with giving and your partners, or just some of the ways that that kind of manifests within the organization as well.
Totally. And I think is really grounded in this idea that we're so people centric and people first mentality, and that started with our founders wanting to create a company that had an amazing environment, and that people are human and have human needs, and we want to honor that, and like meet people where they're at. And so that same idea absolutely applies to the community that we work with and that our mission supports, and also to our customers. Of course, we want them to feel a part of the family, and that 100% customer happiness guarantee is such an amazing way to honor that, I think, because we want people to love our product. We want them to love interacting with us. This could probably be like a whole other segment, led by someone on the customer happiness team, but they go above and beyond to connect with our customers, and they just love chatting with them, and the amount of surprising and delighting that they do is incredible. And a couple of the really cool campaigns we've had to highlight the fact that we're 100% customer happiness guarantee is through a dog, like a if your dog ate your sock kind of guarantee. Like, just let us know and we'll send you a new pair of socks. And we still get photos of people's pets, that like have chewed holes in their socks or like eaten a whole one. And so we'll send them a new pair. Or our laundry back guarantee. There's like this crazy world where the dryer like almost always eats at least a half a pair of many pairs of socks, and you're just like left with all these sad singles. And so we have a laundry back guarantee. If that's happening to you and you're finding yourself with these single pairs, not knowing where their partners went, we'll send you some new pairs. And so it's just like being able to look at these like very human people centric moments, and use them as an opportunity to say like, we see that and we feel that, and we want to make sure ultimately that you're enjoying our socks and that we can keep you comfy.
I love that. It's nice. Somewhere there's a world where all of these single socks and single gloves are sort of living it up, but not that I'm privy to, I suppose. Uh, So, we're in the early stages of 2021. As you look ahead to the year, any final thoughts, like things that you're excited to be working on or building within, Bombas and the larger community that you support?
For sure. It's through these relationships that we've been able to build. It's been an education, and we we believe so much in having firsthand experience as much as we possibly can, and then of course relying on the expertise of our giving partners and the community folks with lived experience. And through that, I think what we see are opportunities to go deeper, and that feels really exciting to me. This past Giving Tuesday, what we really focused on this year. I think normally in the past we would have planned some sort of a larger in-person activation or a way to like really connect with our community. And the more we were thinking about it and thinking about the prevalence of homelessness, the way many folks are experiencing it right now, see the sense that we're seeing so many more folks who are experiencing homelessness and in need, and certainly for a number of reasons that are very apparent, and how to talk about it and thinking about the things that make us uncomfortable, and knowing what questions to ask and how to best interact and offer support. So we're really thinking about the way that we could use conversation as the action item. Like, we didn't need to do a big event or something. It was like something as simple as having a conversation is such an important foundational thing to be able to drive this awareness and create change and lead to action. And even thinking internally, and we like to think that we're quite educated on the topic, but still finding our own personally held biases and challenges in how we're thinking about it. So we really focused on Giving Tuesday about how to have a hard conversation and how to uncover the complexities of homelessness, and how to bust some of our own long held biases. And through that, we've really been able to use it's the start, I think, of using our platform in a bigger way to have a place to safely hold space for conversation, and to help to start to shift mindset, and to really lean into compassion and empathy, and use those core emotions as a tool for change, and for understanding the changes that do need to be made in order to help begin to solve the issue of homelessness. So I think that's a very big one, and listening a lot, and then being able to respond. So we're so excited to be able to answer to a number one material need: socks, most requested, least donated. T-shirts are considered number 3. We're excited to expand in the future to other products, and always thinking about what the greatest needs of our community are, and how we can help to solve them. So that's where I see 2021 going, is almost thinking very foundationally, and how can we use our voice and platform to be a bit louder and to elevate the voices of the folks who have had lived experience, and have so much to say about how we can make change, and then hopefully supporting through these greater material needs.
Amazing. I love that we closed off with the importance of listening and communicating. I think that's something we could all benefit from. So thank you so much for sharing all of that with us, and really appreciate your time. Good luck with everything moving forward. Look to see what comes next.
Thanks, Scott. So nice to chat with you and all y'all out there.
All right. Thanks, Kelly.